Remember that horrific story we talked about the other day about a teenage girl being found cooked alive inside of a walk-in oven at Walmart? Well, people in Canada are in an uproar about this story right now, and they believe that foul play is involved. Now, I want to be clear here. I'm not saying that I personally believe that foul play is involved, but a lot of people in Canada, they're speaking out. They're angry. They're wondering what's taking the investigation so long. Investigators are still claiming that this is a very complicated and complex investigation, and that doesn't make sense to most people. It doesn't make sense to me either. If you accidentally locked yourself inside of an oven and died, and you got security camera footage of this happening, it's kind of an open and shut case. Yet, the investigators and law enforcement, they're being very tight-lipped about the investigation. The Walmart is still closed. They finally identified the victim as 19-year-old Gosimiran Kaur. Now, everyone seems to be saying the same things, that these walk-in ovens, they're very hard to close. They're very hard to close. You got to put a lot of pressure on these doors to close these doors. Now, listen, I've never worked with a walk-in oven, so I'm not an expert here. I can't even weigh in on this because I don't know, but I have been listening and talking to people who have worked at these type of stores, and they say, hey, most of these ovens are extremely hard to close. And on top of that, once she's in the oven, who turned the oven on? So there are some legit questions out there. Maybe the investigators will have answers for these questions, but right now they don't. But I want to show you a quick little video of, I guess, one of these walk-in ovens where this girl was found. Not the exact walk-in oven, but an oven just like it. I want you to see how difficult it is to close the door, what these ovens look like, so you can have a better idea of what's going on here. And then I got some information that I want to dive into real quick as well. But let's go ahead and roll the clip first. So you all let me know what you think down in the comments below. Like I said, I may look like I'm an expert on ovens, but I'm not. Okay, I like food. I don't deal with walk-in ovens. But everyone seems to be, I don't want to say everyone, the majority of people seem to believe that there's something more to this story. And they're out here trying to raise awareness about this story. They're out here demanding answers. And this article just dropped that I want to read to you all about it. Teen Walmart worker found burned to death in walk-in oven ID'd and was found by her mom. Oh my God. So to make matters worse in this story, this girl was found by her mother. Her mother works at Walmart with her. So this girl wasn't found by law enforcement. She wasn't found by paramedics. She wasn't found by another random Walmart employee. She was found by her own mother who works at the same Walmart. I can't even put myself in those shoes to imagine opening a giant walk-in oven and seeing your child inside. Let's go ahead and dive back into the article. The teen Walmart employee found cooked to death inside a walk-in oven has been identified. It was also revealed that she was discovered by her own mother. Kaur's mom found her daughter's charred remains inside the Halifax, Nova Scotia Walmart's large walk-in bakery oven Saturday night, according to a GoFundMe set up by her family. The pair worked together at the superstore for the last 2 years. The mom became worried when she hadn't heard from her daughter, who would regularly check in on their shifts together for more than an hour. Other co-workers believed that she was likely helping a customer in the vast store, but the mother became increasingly concerned after Kaur stopped answering her phone, which is unlike her. As her search turned to panic, she opened the oven door after another staff member noticed leakage coming from the area hours later and was confronted with the traumatic scene. Imagine the horror that her mother experienced, who herself opened the oven, a family spokesperson wrote on a fundraiser page. I can't imagine that. I don't even want to try to imagine that. But yeah, they say that Walmart employees noticed that there was leakage coming out of the oven. Maybe something should have been done about that then, but instead they kind of just went about their day. And eventually the mother comes and opens the ovens and finds her daughter. But I guess there were signs that something was going on. Let's go back into the article though. The nature of Carr's death remains under investigation by local police. It remains unclear if any criminality is suspected, authorities said. The investigation is ongoing. We're still working with Occupational Health and Safety and the medical examiner's office. We're allowing them to do their part, so there's no updates at this time, said Martin Cromwell of the Halifax Regional Police. He was unable to say when more information about the incident would be available. Walmart in Canada did not respond to any request for comment. The retail giant previously said it was working with cops, and out of respect for the associate and their family, we could not provide any additional information. A spokesperson for the company says that staff members were given access to virtual on-site support for grief counseling. Kaur was a member of the local Sikh community and only lived in Canada for a few years. Her father and brother are still in India and are trying to get to Canada, according to the fundraiser page. It's pretty distressing, young people come here with all kinds of hopes and dreams, and they're working hard, and then this is what happens. So, you see, at first, when I first heard this story, my initial thought was, okay, Walmart probably hired someone who had just arrived to Canada, who wasn't familiar with Walmart, wasn't familiar with the walk-in oven. They probably hired someone from another country, an immigrant that wasn't as qualified for the job, and then we have this horrific situation happen. That was my first thoughts. My first thoughts did not go to foul play. But now it's been revealed that she was working at Walmart for a couple of years. So it's not like this was her first day on the job. It's not like she had, no clue what was going on at the job. She had been working here for a couple of years. So I would assume if she's working with the oven, then she probably knows how to work the oven. So how did this happen? How did this freak accident happen? Now, everyone is looking towards law enforcement because they're reluctant to say anything. And when they did speak, they said that they're not ruling out the possibility that there's some type of criminality involved in this story, right? So they didn't rule that out as a possibility. So a lot of people will see that and they're going to assume, oh, there must be more to this story. There must be a criminal aspect. There must be some foul play going on. Still, I'm reluctant to believe that. I believe that possibly some of the hesitancy that we see going on here from investigators and law enforcement is because they're trying to protect Walmart. I think that there's a strong possibility here that the reason why investigators and law enforcement are being so mysterious about the details of this case is because their priority is to protect Walmart. They're more concerned about protecting Walmart as opposed to providing answers to the family of this victim and to the general public. Now, speaking of the family, some people are going so far as to accuse the mother of doing this because it was the mother that found the body, not any of the other Walmart employees that are all walking around Walmart, which is weird, right? Walmart is packed to the brim with employees. How did no one not notice that this girl was cooking alive in an oven Did they not hear screaming? Were there not smells? Something you would think. But the mother found her. And now some people online are accusing the mother of doing this. They're claiming that, oh, the teenage girl must have found a love interest outside of the Sikh community and the mother didn't agree to it and killed her or baked her alive, all of these things. And personally, I think that's kind of disgusting. I don't think any of us could possibly even imagine what this mother is going through. None of us want to put ourselves in her shoes. This has to be one of the most traumatic things that you could possibly go through in life. So before we jump the gun and start pointing fingers at everyone else, let's point the finger at Walmart. Because what Walmart wants is they want this discussion to be open. They want us to be going over all of these crazy different possibilities instead of looking at the most likely scenario, which is that, hey, Walmart maybe hired someone that wasn't qualified for the job. Maybe they had someone working on these ovens that had no business working on these ovens. And maybe Walmart ignored certain safety protocols. Maybe the door was jammed. Maybe this oven was messed up. Maybe there was a safety release that wasn't there, right? So instead of focusing all of our attention and efforts on, oh, who's to blame? Oh, can we blame the mother? Can we blame this person? There's got to be some suspect. Maybe the suspect is Walmart itself, folks. And speaking from experience, don't get me wrong, I've never been trapped in an oven, and I've never covered a story about someone being cooked alive in a Walmart oven. But speaking from experience, because I have covered a lot of stories kind of like this one, they often play out the same way. Investigators and law enforcement, they'll be really mysterious and tight-lipped. They'll refuse to confirm if there's foul play involved or not. And it's obvious that in most cases, they could provide the public and the family with just a few answers that would put some of the speculation and rumors to rest, but they don't. What they do is they sit around for weeks eating donuts and drinking coffee, and then when people move on, when people no longer care about the case, then they drop the findings of their investigation. And more often than not, the findings of these investigations make the companies look bad. For example, this time it's Walmart. Do not be surprised if 3 or 4 weeks from now, once no one's talking about this or cares about this anymore, all of a sudden they'll silently come out and be like, well, guess what? It turns out that Walmart knew for 6 months that they needed a new door on the oven and they didn't get one. Oops. Or guess what? It turns out that Walmart was supposed to do this and do that and they didn't. Oops. Or hey, Walmart didn't provide the proper training. Oops. Don't be surprised. Don't get caught up in the finger pointing and the hype right now, because in a few weeks, I can almost guarantee you, they'll come out and they'll drop some information once people don't care anymore. And the information will most likely make Walmart look bad, which is why right now, while everyone's paying attention, the story has to be mysterious. You don't drop the wrongdoings of Walmart right now while everyone's paying attention. No, you wait until people don't care anymore. So I see these type of stories play out this way all the time. Now, with that being said, anything is possible. Maybe there is more to this story, and I'll continue looking. All I'm saying is right now, don't make the mistake of trying to blame everyone else when the obvious suspect here is Walmart themselves. But you let me know what you think down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.